How do you make money from home without selling and without social media? That's what we're going to talk about today. But if you're okay with it, I want to kind of bust open some conversation about network marketing and MLM. Welcome to the Life by Design podcast. I'm your host, Kim Ward, a certified master life and business coach, NLP practitioner, and your guide to building a life and business that you absolutely love. Here, we're all about empowering family-focused entrepreneurs to design a leveraged business that supports your dreams, your values, and most importantly, your family. Each episode, we'll dive into practical strategies, mindset shifts, and powerful insights to help you create unstoppable momentum and lasting success without sacrificing what matters most. Whether you're looking to grow your business or get unstuck or align your goals with your lifestyle, you're in the right place. So let's get intentional, let's get inspired, and let's design a life you love by design. Let's dive in. Because a lot of people ask us, and when I do research, whether it's for Pinterest or for blogs, things that come up a lot are, how do I make money? How do I make extra money? How do I make money without investment? And one of the most popular and known ways to do that is through MLM, multi-level marketing, and or network marketing. And we've had quite an experience with that option. So I'd love to know, what are some of the pros and cons from your perspective about those options?
Are we talking about writing in? Is that what we're talking about here?
No, I want to give them that option once we kind of show and explore some different examples. Because we have a side hustle that we love that doesn't require selling. It doesn't require social media. And we're going to tell you about that soon.
So, anyway, I think what you're referring to is the companies that we have been a part of before.
Yeah.
Well, and it always starts off great. It's always the best new thing, and it's the happening thing, and everybody loves it. It's doing great. And then all of a sudden, rules start changing, things start changing. What you have to do to achieve your next step starts changing, or the company sells and goes out of business days, weeks, months, years later. And then you're left with absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. And if you work hard and try to build that business up by hiring people to give you advertisements to draw people in, and you're working so hard and you're doing great, and then it's just gone one morning. And we've had that happen to us, and we've heard a lot of people that it's happened to.
Yeah.
And then you're left out in the cold, and the people that started it now have made all their money, or they sold it and made more than they ever thought they would, and they don't really care about who's left behind. That's
Yeah.
what we've experienced.
Well, we've had really great successes. One company where, and I'm bringing this up because a lot of people, they see that someone else is having success and they think, okay, I can do that and it's going to be just as easy for me. And the truth is, it's not. We're different people. We have different personalities, different work ethics, different home lives that give us the space to complete the action steps that we need to do, right? So there's not, no one's created equal, no situation and no results. But we look at earning off of what's called OPE in the industry, and that just means other people's efforts. And so
I like that.
we work together to create leverage and sell products, right? Where we earn a percentage of that sale. And that's, so, I mean, you and I grew a company while you were at the fire station so big that we were able to buy the BMW, and this company completely paid for our entire wedding. Everything. But we've also had the situations where we've had our cryptocurrency company literally rob us and the owner of the company flee the country. And they're still to this day, dealing with that. And another company where my next commission would have been $38,000 and the company went like this overnight. And then More recently, a company that we were working very diligently with and for sold out to another company and left us all high and dry. And now they're back. They decided to break it off with that other company and they're back and they're all like, okay, who wants to come
Yeah.
work with us again? And we're
Yeah,
like,
we did you wrong once, but don't trust us again.
come back.
Come back.
Not gonna
Yeah.
happen.
Right. No, no.
So because of that, I've really leaned more heavily over the last several years on something called affiliate marketing. And the truth is, no matter what company we choose to partner with, we don't own them. We don't make the rules. Things can change, but you have to see, how does this fit into my life and my goals and my desires? And just do the best that you can. So we stumbled across something. Actually, I've watched it, I think 6 to 8 months before I even brought it to your attention or before I seriously had considered it as an option for us.
I always know something's up. You're quiet and you're looking up stuff. You don't say anything to me. I figured something was coming.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
but the truth is, whether you have a job or whether you have a business, you're expected to trade time for money. And there comes a point in life where you need leverage. You need the ability to potentially lean on other people's efforts. And so I tell people that when they look for this work-life balance, there's never a balance. We can blend as best as we can. So sometimes we're going to be in the business a little more and a little heavier than we are in the personal life, because that's the season that's required of us. There may be a season where we're in the home life or the family life or whatever is going on and need to be outside of the business. But for most people, that would cripple them.
Sure.
Would it
Absolutely.
see this fly? That's from leaving the screen doors open.
Yes, dear.
I need the racket.
I know.
Where did we get that racket? Amazon?
I think so.
That's a
We
great
have it.
racket. Yeah. I'll have to link that here because that
Yeah.
thing's
And
electric.
the salt gun.
Oh, and the salt gun. Yeah, which our German Shepherd hates. So, you know, where's the draw to say, look, I know I can't reach my goals 100% on my own efforts. We do need other people. You know, I always say it takes a village. And whether it's network marketing or MLM or affiliate marketing, you do have to create leverage that provides you with opportunity and flexibility in your life. So we have found something. We call it the letter writing side hustle. Talk to me about that.
I hated it at first. I'm not a big writer. I mean, let's face it, how often, except for you, how often does the normal person write anymore? Everything is typed or text.
What do you mean, except for you?
Well, because you write all the time.
I love
Always.
pen and paper. I love it.
I know, but I do not. And I never, ever enjoyed writing because most of my writing is all uppercase. And if you knew me at the fire department, I used to type uppercase because I did not want to deal with
That's
upper
considered
and lower
yelling.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, I'm sure it is, but not from me. But I enjoyed, after I started getting some underneath my belt, writing cards and envelopes and really understanding the process, and it became a lot easier. And the one thing I like about what we're doing with this company, or what we're doing, I should say, is that you can start and stop in a second and not have to lose where you're at or something being time sensitive or something being important. There's sometimes I don't want to write. I don't. And there are other times where just before you guys wake up or before I start the house going, I'll write 5 or 6 letters and sit down and do a couple letters. And throughout the day, and before I know it, I've got 20 letters written. And I enjoy the simplicity of it, if that makes any sense. And I've made it even easier for me.
You did? How'd you do that?
I use a light board, but I don't copy the light board. I just use it as in reference to the words that need to be written. A lot of people might use a light board and make it look mechanical, if you would. That's not what I do. I just use it there as reference to the next word that's coming up. And
Wow.
for me, I figure if I can do it, and I'm the worst in the world at that, I hate sitting, first of all, and then I hate writing, second of all. So now here I am sitting and writing, and it's really not that bad because, like I said, I'll write a couple letters, I'll get up and walk around, and then write a couple more. So it's really kind of a perfect thing for someone like me or anybody else that wants to earn income and not be subjected to a 9 to 5 or I have to put an hour in. It's really flexible.
Yeah. You know, it kind of goes against what I'm talking about, creating leverage in a way, because we are trading time for money because you
Yep.
have to write these letters. You have to mail the letters to where they're going. But the sexiness of it, the sweet spot for me, if you will, is I'm so plugged in as a digital marketing strategist that I don't want another thing that's going to require me to be plugged in online,
Mhm.
on social, making more videos, doing the things. It's like we do that for our business as it
Right.
is.
Right.
So the enticing part is like, oh my gosh, I don't have to sell. There's nothing to sell. There's nothing
No.
to convince people of. It's not a lotion, potion, or pill where I have to sit here and talk to you about how this is the next best thing for your
Right.
ailment. You know,
Right.
we get to write and we get to choose. I'll say our income level based
Sure.
on how much or how little we choose to write.
Well, look at the other day. You start off with $130
Mhm.
and you closed out with 184.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, that was great. And that's the whole um, desired outcome, besides getting exactly what you wanted back, but getting that increase without having to do much more of that.
I love it. You know, and so a lot of people will say, hold on. Okay, so all I have to do is write a postcard, write a letter,
I
and
know.
I make $5 per letter. How does
I
that
didn't
work?
believe you. When you came to me and you said it, I'm like, there's no way. There's no way. It makes no sense.
But
But it
it's
works.
that simple, but it's not that simple.
Right.
So I want to talk about the behind the curtain thing because I even see other people promoting this and they're like, get paid to write letters. Yes, that's true, but there is an and.
Right.
The
Right.
and is, look, here's the deal. Let's be totally transparent. We are writing these letters to online casinos.
Mhm.
And I want to talk about this because we are Christians. And I know that this isn't a religious or a Christian podcast, but I have a ton of people in our network who are also Christians. So they may look at you and go, hold on, this isn't very biblical. This isn't very Christian of you. And I mean, there's a fine line in what I'm about to say, but we're not spending our own money
Mhm.
ever. So we're not sitting here gambling. And for the religious hypocrites who want to say you can't gamble, but hey, there's a bingo hall here and we're all hopping on the bus going to the casino or to the bingo hall together. I think we know our space and relationship with God.
Right.
So what's your answer to that? Because
Well,
that's
that's a very good point. I mean, I wasn't even thinking along those lines, but you're right. I mean, bingo, all these other things, they're a form of, I guess, gambling, you would say. You know,
yeah,
you're taking a shot to, you're giving $1 or spending $1, hoping that you get more than $1 back. So think about that. That's everyday life. I mean,
right.
seriously, that's everyday life. But
Stock
no,
market
I never viewed it
investments.
right. I never viewed it as, anything that I shouldn't do. It never really crossed my mind because yeah, you're right. I mean, we invest the stock market. We have all these different accounts and goodness, it's the same style of hoping that you give money and you get more in return.
Yes. So with this, the goal is we're going to write the letters, we mail them off to the online casino, and we
Mhm.
create those casino accounts. And then when they receive our letters, they give us what's called a drop, and we get paid $5 per postcard.
Mhm.
And so, you know, if you're listening and you're thinking, okay, yeah, I could do this, the course that we bought into and the course that we
Right.
promote, you know, for less than $200, it teaches you, I'm going to say this, it's going to sound so ridiculous, how to gamble responsibly, you know?
Ethical, ethically.
Yeah,
Yeah, we heard that word
so
lately.
stupid.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, they put those the money into your account. And then it's your responsibility to play the games to convert those coins into cash. And when I say responsibly gambling, again, we're not spending our own money. The only money we ever spend is what's been given to us by the letters, by writing. And then the course that we have, obviously we're affiliates of it. It's not our course. We're an affiliate, a partner with them. They teach you how to look for those low volatility games that are lower risk and a more frequent payout. And the goal is to convert dollar for dollar. That's your goal. And like what you were saying the other day, we got a drop. We started at like $130. I follow the rules based on what I'm taught, and we ended up cashing out at 184. So I think you laughed and you said, hey, that's 10 more letters that you didn't have to write. So
exactly.
that's super cool.
And I mean, you do have, you've got the cost of the envelopes, you have the cost of the index cards, the pens, and the stamps. So I mean, there is a cost, but it's not something that goes to another company. It's literally you're buying it for yourself to fulfill your side, and then you mail it in. So it's, you know, it's not going to this hollow hole in the wall. It's you're buying it and you have it.
Yeah. But I also love, like, you know, we're going on vacation in a few weeks where if I want to, I'm not saying I have to, but if I want to sit and write by the pool while you guys are goofing off, or if we're in the Airbnb at night and we're just kicking back and there's nothing great on TV, we can write. Literally write from anywhere. You know, you're driving us, so I can sit there and write.
Unless you want to drive.
Nah.
Okay.
I've gotten used to just being a good passenger.
Okay, then.
I don't know, good is the right word, but a passenger. It depends on who you ask, right? So we've actually created on our Amazon storefront a link for people to look at and just kind of see what pens we recommend. I think you put your light board in there as well. You know, a good case of the envelopes that they ask. So we're going to link this. This is really at your discretion. If you like the idea of, hey, I can follow direction, I don't mind converting or playing some games to convert those coins into cash. We will link the course for you, and we'll also link that Amazon storefront piece for you. Am I forgetting anything? Because I really want to feel like.
The only thing I don't think we've hit hard enough is when you fill out these cards and these envelopes, there's an exact way of doing it. And if you do it wrong just a little bit, then it will get rejected. And that's where in my opinion, that is where the casinos bank on you making that mistake. So when you send it in, if it's not right, a misspelled word or something's not capitalized, they'll throw it out. So we're sitting here saying send it in and you get the money. But in a sense, you have to follow their rules to the T. And that's how they basically, I believe, get rid of a lot of people that attempt this, is because they don't pay attention to details. And also, every once in a while, and you did that yesterday, is go back and look at the casino's rules and regulations to see. They'll change it. They'll change like a PO box number. And it hasn't, I think it's only been once they've done this, but they'll change it. And if you don't pay attention to this, you won't get the money. So that's the biggest thing. It's not just a walkthrough, write, sign, goodbye, but as long as, and you said it, follow directions to the letter, you're going to be fine. But that's the key. That's the biggest thing I've noticed.
Do you remember the first day that we started writing?
Yes.
How bad was that day for us?
I hated it. I absolutely hated it. I said I would never do it. I would never do it. And I think I've written probably 4 times more than you.
Way more than me.
Yeah. You get into a groove, you get comfortable with it, and it's like second nature almost. And it's not a big deal anymore. Like I said, if I can do it, I am horrible at this stuff. Then anybody can, really.
Yeah. I know. I'm just bringing that up because when we got into the course and we watched all the course modules together and we're like, okay, disclaimer, this is super tedious.
Mhm.
And we're like, okay, we can follow
At
direction
first.
at first. And then when we dove in and actually started to write, it was like, oh, is it worth it?
I know,
Is this worth it? And I
but
guess both of our answer at the time was no way.
nope,
We
I'm not doing this.
continued.
This is
So,
crazy.
is it worth it? I mean,
I now it's no big deal. I knocked out 10 the other day in I'd say probably less than 20 minutes. So you have to build your hand muscle up
oh
again.
yeah.
The writing hand muscle, and you feel like you're like this, but you build it up, and it's really not bad. It really isn't. But I think that's with any job or any career or anything that we do. The first time we do something, you're always like, what in the world am I doing?
Yeah.
But then it comes around, and now it's like, it's no big deal.
I was gonna say that, and it sounds awful, but it's like if you're hungry enough,
Mhm.
you'll do what you have to do.
Sure.
I think again, the sweet spot is like instead of trying to figure out the social media algorithms and
Mhm.
what is stupid Mark Zuckerberg doing today, and are we losing TikTok or not? And
Right.
oh my gosh, is my video viral? Am I trending? That's a different level of stress and
Oh, yeah.
getting after it. And we've done that for years. I mean, we've been at this business of ours for 10 years now, and we kind of roll with it. But it's nice
It
to
is.
be able to breathe and have something that when the weather's nice, we can sit on the back porch and we can write. We can
Yep.
go for a walk and we can come back and write. And so if it's right for you, we invite you to just take a look and check it out. And we're doing this again, not to have a podcast, just to talk about this side hustle. But if we hadn't done the research and seen so many people asking, how do I make money?
Right.
How do I make extra money?
Mhm.
How do I pay the bills? How do I feed my family without hiring more babysitters and getting a second or third job? Or, I think this can be a means to an end for people, even if it's temporary.
Well, look at the one lady that was giving birth or in labor.
Yes.
And she was writing,
Megan.
literally writing on the hospital, the little table that hangs over your bed, writing.
In
And then
labor.
she's like, okay, I'm going into labor even more now. And if you hadn't shown me the picture, I wouldn't have believed it. But that shows you the simplicity of it. But follow the directions.
For sure. Follow the directions. We'd love to partner with you. And if this makes sense, click the link and join us. And again, if you have questions, Rich and I are both very, very transparent humans. We're not this hard sell. We don't like running our lives or our business that way. So you can absolutely leave a comment. You can reach out via email. We've got all of our social media links linked to this podcast. Reach out, but click the link and just learn more for yourself and you decide. And really, that's what this conversation was all about. And hey, before you go, don't forget to subscribe to our podcast. And as always, friends don't let friends grow and develop alone. So share this episode with someone you love and care about. We'll see you in the next episode.